Yeah, I have this question for you. Are you among the free men of this world or among the slave of this world? According to one article that I read about a few days ago, talking about how 50 million people are trapped in slavery in this world. We have a population of 8.2 billion or 8.3 billion people, according to a report. I know that the population is more than that. Now, out of the 50 million people who are trapped in slave, these that I'm going to mention now are the areas that these slaves fall into. So the question, did you find yourself in any of these places that I'm going to mention? I want you to watch this video till the end. At the end, I'm going to show you the life of free men. I disagree with their explanation or the quotation or whatever they claim to be the people who are enslaved. The world population, as recorded, is 8 point something billion. Out of that 8 point something billion, is only 10% or less than 10% are really free men. Majority of that 8 point something billion or 90% of that 8 point something billion people are enslaved. I will explain later. But now let's look at the statistics of how they classify the 50 million people that they suspect to be trapped in slavery. The first is modern slavery. Modern slavery is classified as people who are hired to work in companies, in factories, people who work in people's homes, nannies, people who work in farms, people who work in different sections. Some are being forced to work without getting any payment. Some are getting payment, but they are under severely forced to work. At the end of the day, what they get as payment is nothing to compare to the works they do in those places. So these are modern slavery as they classify them. Another class of slavery as recorded is human trafficking. These are the people that you take them from their community, from where they live, and they make passport for them, transport them to another country, and when they get there, you seize their document and force them into works. Some go into, you rent them out to other people's home to go and work, and they will be working, and the money that they are working in those places, they will not touch it. The money will be going to the person who bring them into the country where they reside at a time. Some are being forced to go into prostitution just to work and recover the money of the person who brought them to where they are at a present, and so many other things that happens in those trafficking. Some are being trafficked to go and serve for different purposes that is against their own will. Another types of slavery today is forced labor. People who are forced to do a particular work against their own will. Some go through those punishments, work from morning to night, from year to year. Some even die on the process while working in that forceful labor. Another type of slavery is debt bondage. People who are trapped in poverty because of borrowed money. People who work from year to year trying to clear their debt, trying to clear the money that they borrowed. Some of them work under punishment. Some of them work by force so that they will be able to clear their debt. This is another types of slavery as recorded in that article. Another types of slavery are descent-based slavery. Descent-based slavery are children who are born into slavery home. Maybe their parents are slave and they born them wherever they are as a slave. This is another types of slavery. Another types of slavery is forced marriage. People who are forced to marry. So they are forced to marry, and according to the record, according to the index, majority of them are children. So they go into slavery because they got married. This is another types of slavery. Another type is domestic slavery. Domestic slavery has to do with domestic violence. People who are living in the house, but they are working like jackals. They don't have freedom for themselves. They don't have time for themselves. Every of their movement is being monitored. Everything they do is being monitored. They don't have time to do anything for themselves. This is another types of slavery. So looking at this report, it is clear that this report covers so many areas where people are going through hell, where people are going through traumas, working, doing all sorts of things against their own will, just to please someone else or for the gain of someone else. Don't forget, every slavery, there's someone who is somewhere benefiting for every move or every action taken in those people who are being slaved. Someone is somewhere benefiting, gaining, or harvesting the benefit through the labor of those people who are being slaved. So now, the question, is it only these 50 million people as recorded in that article that are trapped under slavery? I will say no to that. Now, what do I mean? What I mean is 90% of the world population, out of 8 point something billion people that are in this world, 90% of them are living as slaves. There are many of them who are millionaires, who are well living, but they are not free. When you think of free men, they are not free. Now, who are the free men that I'm talking about? And how do we identify those who are the free men of this world? In this list, this is my own assessment. And like I said earlier, in that article that I read, that stated that 50 million people are being trapped in slavery. That was what some people observation about the world we are living today. So what I'm saying here also is my own observation. Looking at the time I have spent in this world, the people that I have met, and so many things that I have come across. You may agree, you may not agree. Or if you have any better opinion on what you think is the lifestyle of a free man, you can leave it on the comment section. Number one list of what I consider to be the lifestyle of free men. Free men are those who are in charge, who are in control of their time. You know, they say time is money, okay? And everybody working in this world, or any human being or anybody working in this world is working based on time. Yes, there is a time for work, there's a time for sleep, there's a time to do every other things that we have to do during the day and in the night. But free men are completely in charge of their time. Nobody infringe into their time. Only them will determine or what to spend their time or what not to spend their time into. Now, a free man may wake up in the morning and they decide to go on isolated place, decide to go on nature environment to spend some time to do some meditation, while people who are being enslaved are running after things, running after money, running after contact, running after so many things that they want in life, while free man is going contrary to. Now, that free man may end up spending a whole lot of day in the nature surrounded environment and still come back and fulfill purpose, still go on and do whatever works he have to do in a day and still achieve and meet his target. Free man may decide to do all his work in the night and take in the day to do some other things. This is what I consider to be a free man. Another lifestyle of free men. Free men sleep and wake up at their own appointed time. Yes, free men may decide to sleep by 4 o'clock in the morning and wake up by 10 o'clock in the day and go to work and work again from that time till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock midnight. Or he may decide to work a whole night and do nothing in the day. They determine how they go in their sleep life. A free man can adjust on his sleeping time based on what the assignment will be the following day. So that is the way free men live their life. They're in charge of their sleeping time. There's no a particular time for sleeping for them. They can change their sleeping routine over and over many times for the week based on the schedule at hand. Another lifestyle of free men. Free men squarely face themselves. Yes, free men squarely face themselves and their circumstances. Free men doesn't have time for drama. Free men doesn't have time for gossip. Free men doesn't have time to spend on idle things. Free men don't have much time to waste on anything that will not add value or that will not help them to achieve their purpose in life. A free man don't chase money. A free man don't chase things. They pursue purpose. A free man is not afraid to die for what he or she believes to be the right thing to do. Yes, they are never afraid to die, and they never fear faces. They are firm in whatever they believe to be the right thing to do, and they are willing to die for it. A free man is not afraid of people's face, yet they respect all people. A free man does not change their principle based on who they are dealing with. No, that is the last thing a free man will do. A free man principle remains his principle, and whoever he is dealing with, the same principle applies to whoever he is dealing with. A free man forgives even before the offense arrived. What do I mean by that? A free man always have in his mind stored a lot of forgiveness. So before you offend him, he have already forgiven you. A free man does not move by feeling or emotion, and a free man does not feel pity for themselves. A free man faces the reality, and whatever the outcome is, a free man accepts it with all their heart and work towards improving in every area of their life. A free man works for the good of all. A free man does not move with the crowd. The list go on and on as a way that free men live their life. So if you have any idea on what you think is the way free men go about their life, you can leave it on the comments so that others will learn how free men live their life. There are so many people out there who are not free, but yet they move around because they can move from one point to the other without no restriction. But in the reality, the real free people are those who have discovered themselves. Yes, because to live a free man life, you have first of all discover yourself. Because if you did not discover yourself, there's no way you can live a free life. It's only when you discover yourself, what your purpose is all about, what you are born to do in this planet Earth, and with the wisdom on how to go about it, that is when you are now ready to live a free man life. Because a free man life is difficult. Yes, a free man life is very, very difficult. But at the end, it's one of the life that any man can live in this planet Earth. Because when you become a free man, you have the power, the will to think as you like. Also the power and the will to behave like others. They are easy to deal with. They are not proud of whatever that they have, because they know that all this is nothing. So free men are the most easy people to move with if you happen to understand them, but the most difficult people also to move along with, because they are very, very difficult for you to understand. Their lifestyle no man can comprehend, and no man can predict free men, because they are like a chameleon. You can never predict them. That is the last thing any man can do, to predict a free man. So we have more to share on this. So to be updated whenever we send online, share and follow. Thanks.